which you can also known as the Seven Sisters and the Stars constellations near the Lion's Belt. So I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I am now 29 years old. I am living in the UK. My earth mother is from Thailand, so I was born in Thailand and I moved here in the UK when I was 9 years old. Could not speak a word of English whatsoever, and my life started 9 years in Thailand, and I was going so much in my head. I was like, yo, this is like crazy. I'm living in a countryside. My family was a farmer. We have tobacco farm, we have rice farm, we have watermelon farms, and we do others on the side of the crops, so like vegetables, so like jasmine flowers, limes, and etc. So I lived in Thailand for 9 years as a child, and I went to school. I experienced every culture in Thailand, and I was so blessed because like I experienced the poorest of the third world life, and I'm quite glad I was born in that situation because it made me be really such a humble person. When I first came into the modern world, when I first flew into UK in the year 2000, and I came as like a little Thai child with like a little short haircut, like, you know, like couldn't even speak a word of English. I was never got on a plane before, never been in a vehicle. The life changed so much because I used to work with my family in Thailand, like as a farmer, and experience that life, you know. So then when I first came to the UK, I was like, I've never seen snow. It's cold, it's raining, and I just like never seen snow before. And this is what I'm gonna tell you about myself. Like literally, this is the first thing what I did was, when I saw snow, I got off the plane, got on the train from Manchester to Leeds, and then got a taxi to work. Sorry, not to work. Got a taxi to home, and as soon as I jumped out of the taxi, and I just grabbed the snow. I grabbed the snow and ate it because I didn't know what snow was. I didn't think it was ice, because when I was a child in Thailand, right, when we bought like a new device such as like TV or radio or something like that, it came in a box with a foam, so like it's protected. So then what we used to do was we used to scratch the foam and like make it into like little piles or like mini little particles of the foam, which is like coming apart basically. So then we would just scratch it all and make it into a big pile, and we would just throw it in the air and make it snow. And I was like, yeah, this is what snow is like. But obviously it was hot, and it's not like that in Thailand. And then in the UK, everything was set, it was ice, and I was like, yo, this is just ice. This is what we eat. We basically in Thailand, like a little snack during the day, they have like an ice ice comb. So there's like a little market that they're just on the market. Oh, I don't know actually what it's called. It's like if you go to like street market in Thailand, you'll see like loads of different market units of like Thai street food and stuff, and there'll be like a little icing cone place where you just like get ice and some like loads of different flavor, and then you just eat it, so it's like an ice cream or something. So when I first taste snow, that's what my first impression was, like, oh, it's just like a snow cone, like, it's so weird. So then my stepdad actually, because that's the reason why we moved to the UK, my mum remarried, and so my dad, he laughed at me. It's like, why are you eating a snow? Obviously, I don't know what he said then, because I didn't know what in English or what language is, so but I can just assume, like, why is this guy asking me why I'm eating the snow? Like, and then, like, to look it back as I grew up a little bit longer, and then I thought, you know what, I bet he'd actually said don't eat the yellow one because the yellow one is bad. And then obviously everybody know what the yellow snow is, right? It's like wee in the snow, yeah. So, but yeah, I ate a snow as soon as I landed and stepped foot in the UK. So that's one of my funny story, which I didn't know what snow was, which is crazy. Like, imagine, like, a young Thai girl that's never experienced the modern society, coming from a farming countryside experience, never been in vehicles, never been on a plane, never seen a westerns, and I've just completely turned my life like in a different reality. So I'm gonna talk about since my very young age to all through my lives what I did, right? So then I ended up going to a primary school, and I met everybody there, and I still didn't know the word of English, and I was so grateful because one of the supporting teacher actually took the time to help me learn English as a private lessons out of the lessons. So whatever other kids will have a normal lessons like math, science, art, whatever, blah blah blah, and he would pull me out of the class, and then he would sit me down on a table, and then he would teach me like kindergarten lessons. So basically like teaching me how to speak, read and write. So I would have to learn like how to say A, B, C, all that stuff, blah blah. And then the one thing I really treasure and remember was like I didn't know what's the difference between push and pull. Push and pull. So, and everyone was and my teacher would just go push and pull, and it was just so amazing, like looking back, like, oh my god, these people are really nice, like took the time to teach a little Thai young girl, didn't know how to like speak a word of English, whatever. I had to pretty much guess what everyone was saying, and I would just have to mime, nod. The other thing I could say was hello, goodbye, how are you, and that's it. I didn't know any other words. So when I came, I was 9, so I was like 3 months, the last 3 months of the year 6, and then 3 months in end, and we had to go to high school and start year 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I went to high school in Boston Spa, and I had so many incredible like high school friends, like they're so incredible. I still in contact with them now, and I never got bullied, which is really grateful, because I feel like they were just looking at this like little Thai young girl, like, oh my god, she's so precious. She can speak English, and everyone was so nice. I was in such a supportive circle of friends, and I spent most of my high school times doing sports, which is, I love football, I love rounders and gymnastic. I was quite a sport geek. I was doing every activities that was in school. But then I was also in a class of a special needs class for people who have learning disabilities, or not just a disabilities, or who actually have like GHD. I think that's what's called, GHD. ADHD, sorry, ADHD. That's a straightest. Oh bloody hell. Yeah. So people who have like learning and development functions. So I was in a class with people who have those abilities, needs. Yeah, how was it that? Try a nice way. I'm not being rude, but yes. So, and I absolutely loved my high school rounds, and it was incredible. I always have this pod I need. It was such a good school, like really good school. And then everybody in year 11 decided to like, you have to like have a future, like are you gonna go to college, are you going to sixth form, or are you gonna straight to university or whatever. So I didn't know what to do. So because I thought everyone was right, going to college, okay, that's what everyone's gonna do. So I'm just gonna go to college. Okay, I'm gonna go to college. So then I went to college and I studied travel and tourism because I wanted to be an air cabin crew. And then I did travel and tourism for 2 years. I don't know how I managed it, but as the year gone on, I developed and took on to be able to speak, read and write. Just maybe like a brain, how would you say it? Maybe like a brain of a child of a 10-year-old. So that's, but at that time I was 16 going on 17. So I had a learning function, learning memories of a 10-year-old going on 16, 17. So I was really impressed with myself, like to look back now, like, oh my god, I actually like learned English and a different culture, like a Western culture. So I did travel tourism, and then I was passing my level 3 of travel and tourism, and then I was gonna go on to air cabin crew, and then I find out I was too small. I was so small. So basically you have to be at least 5'2" to do anything air cabin crew wise. So that's the minimum height. So I think I was about 5 foot, but they didn't tell me. They just let me study. But you know what, I didn't regret it because I learned all the capitals of the world. I've learned all the 3 letters of the airports and whatnot. I don't remember now because it's such a long time ago, but yeah, I did learn quite a lot. And then I thought, right, what am I gonna do now? I can't be an aircraft crew, I'm so small. I didn't want just to work on the ground as in the airport or a travel agents. I didn't want to do that. My passion was, and I really wanted to do air cabin crew. So I didn't get a chance to do that. So I thought, okay, I'll still have these qualifications to do that if I wanted to. So then I thought, what am I gonna do? So the only thing throughout my life, I love being creative. I love fashion. I love being outgoing. I love being bright, colourful. As you can see, my background is leopard, and my earrings are like full of colours and life. My hair is always changing colours, and I just love anything that's colourful and bright and loud and crazy. Basically, I just stand out. So then I thought, okay, I'll go into fashion. I'll do fashion. And then I only need to do 1 year fashions to go to university, because everyone's keep asking, what are you going to do after college? So then I thought, I don't know, you know, being 18, you know, at that time, and you know, your hormones sprouting out and stuff. Don't know. And I thought going to university is what everyone does and what human life is. So then I signed up to do fashion designing level 3. I went because I had the qualifications of level 3 to pass on to go straight on to level 3 instead of starting from level 1 fashion designing and business. So I went straight to level 3 and then did all my UCAS credits, UCAS points, did everything that I needed to do to get into university. And I had the options of, I didn't want to leave home because I was so in love with Leeds, and I wanted to be near my parents. Basically, I didn't want it to move away. I did, but I didn't, because I feel like I wouldn't cope and survive because I'm still learning and developing into this culture. So, and I was still quite scared. Yeah, really scared. But that's just a normal thing, because like you're coming out of this bubble and going to an adulthood life, basically. So then I got the options to go to Leeds University and Leeds Mates. So then I went to Leeds Mates because I couldn't get into Leeds University because my grades wasn't quite high enough for them to standard or snobby. But anyways, I still got into Leeds Mates, so which is a very big achievement for me, and I loved it that I am the first person to go to university from my family, and I felt like it's such an honor I can do this for my family, and to show that I actually can come from a background with knowing communication of English language, basically, to be having a second language from my mother tongue, which Thai language, which I can speak Thai at the same time. So it's quite an achievement for me to actually be able to achieve that. And then I did University of Fashion Designing. I learned how to cut, sew, pattern, and it was an incredible journey because I met loads of different type of background of people. I learned a lot of things that was within the fashion industry. So my first view of wanting to be a fashion designer, I wanted to go for the high ends. That's what my goal was. My goals, going to university, do all the thing that I needed to do, and coming out of it, I wanted to work for high ends. That was my goal. That was my focus goal, and I did that. And I finally qualified and had my bachelor degree, and I worked for Burberry in Castleford, and I was a seamstress and doing the trench coats, and which I felt like, wow, what such accomplishment that I just did, you know. And it's so incredible, you know, like I feel so proud to look back, and oh my god, I'm just getting emotional. So proud, and making my mum and my parents like happy, and I know that I can accomplish it and everything. And after that, I did that for several years, and then I was going in and out of jobs, and then actually, no, let's get to that. I actually left Burberry because it was so much more like a sweatshop, you know, and I just didn't like it. I thought it was going to be a little bit glam, and thought, okay, I'll come out of it. And I actually didn't pursue much because I ended up working for other little small independent business as a seamstress as well. But I did that for at least 5 or 6 years, and then I came out of it and I just didn't really like it. And then I had my business for like, and I made my business. I had my business for like a year and a half, but and then I quit because it was so much going on through my life, and I just couldn't make it work. Basically, it was booming, but I just couldn't do it by myself. I was just really exhausted. Looking back now, I wish I could have just kept going and do it, but obviously there was a reason why I am here and not done that. Do you know what I mean? There was a reason why a lot of things happen throughout your life and just not really happened. So then I end up throughout my teens, from high school till now, today present, I was working with my auntie who has a restaurants which is franchise all over UK. So I am that working with a family business, but then also at the same time I'm now gonna go through my starseed world. This is all linked. So I was still like trying to find myself and stuff like that. So so then I was partying a lot, I was going out, I was traveling, I was living life, enjoying stuff like that. And then I finally settled down 2.5 years ago, coming up to 3 years now. And within that last 2 years, I had my first awakening. What I mean by my first awakening is a spiritual awakening. I've always been aware of the world. I've always been aware of politics. I've always been aware with the systems, and I've always been quite aware of day-to-day life, you know. And I basically had my first contact with the Lemurian, which is really interesting because I didn't know what this blue being was that came to me. And at that time I was surrounded by people who was connected, who was into spiritual worlds, you know. So I was getting loads of different advice and different type of sources that I could go through and look up and stuff. So then it was really one of my friend who told me, you might be a Pleiadian, because all the things that I was telling him, saying that I was going through astral protection. At the time I didn't even know what astral protection is. I was just telling him I'm going all this and that through before I was going to sleep. I'm going woof woof, you know, like feeling the energy, feeling the pulse pulling me, you know, in and out and stuff. So it was really him who told me about Pleiadians. So then I looked up at what Pleiadians is, and I was like, I don't know what this is. So then I end up following loads of different people on Instagram who have these connections and have these source and information. So I've just researched, and then I just come across as like star seeds. And I'm like, what is a star seed? So basically a star seed is a reincarnations of a soul beings. So they basically volunteer to come down to a 3D dimensions world to basically help awaken humans, and also help to teach and progress the actual starseed souls. There's so many different type of beings, and the most common ones is the Pleiadians, Arcturians, Lyran or Lyrae, Adromedon. I think that's how you say it. Adromedon, similar. So there's so many of us, and there's Vega, there's Lemurians, and there's so many different ones. And basically we are souls beings, and we basically reincarnate here to basically collective energies, and to help push humans world into the 5D worlds, or well, help push to a higher subconsciousness basically. And we also here to rewrite and basically go help through our traumas and stuff. So basically we lived in many realms and different worlds and different past life, and this human body is my human avatar. in the 3D world. I have lived in the fairy realms. I used to be a white fairy, which is one of my favorite reincarnations realms. I used to be a super soldier in the Galactic Federations. I used to do a lot of missions in that, fighting aliens, fighting the reptilians, rescuing children from base camps, and very traumatizing times. I still have those missions now. I'm still in the Galactic Federations. I mostly find really hard to sleep at night, because as soon as I've laid down or going to sleep, I immediately go into astral projections almost every time. And I would either get sent back off world to do these rescue missions or these missions that I need to do, or it is really hard to live pretty much like 3 different type of worlds. So like being Thai is very difficult, because it's all about the look and the respect of who you are as a person, and then live in a modern Western society is very hard to live in the system. And then the third one, to live as the starseed, as I was always getting contact, either the Pleiadians or Arcturians will come in, or the other beings will come in if I need to be told about something, or if I needed to be contacted to them. So it's very difficult to have 3 different lives going on at once in this 3-dimension, well, not in 3-dimension world anymore, we're going to 5Ds. It's very difficult, very, 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 very difficult. So, but I'm really, really, really glad that I'm awoken to this world, so I could pass on these messages and these experiences and knowledge and wisdom to others, not just human beings, to the other star seeds as well, because my star sisters and brothers are also still in the same journey as everyone is, but they are on a different levels of awareness of their consciousness. So there could be somebody who really, really high awareness of their subconsciousness, and I could just be here. So we are all in the same journey, but we're just in a different level of awareness. That's what I'm going to call the awakening is. I'm not going to say, you're not awakened, you're still asleep, you're a sheep. I'm not going to say that. It's more like how old your soul and your subconsciousness is, and how much you are aware of your consciousness beings. So I am like really blessed for people who is around me and having the support system. And I'm also here to support humans as well as the rights of living style. So everyone should really have the love, peace, harmony and wisdom, and be able to enjoy life at the fullest of how there is. And really I don't want to go in depth in this first video that I've just recording right now, because it's like 30 minutes in. I want just to speak about me, and this is just part of my life. So in my next video, I would like to show you everything. Well, not just my next video. In my next videos, I want to show you my life, my experience, my journey, everything that's involved around it, who's in it, what they're doing, what I'm doing, and everything else. And I'm really hoping this blog and my journey could inspire others as well. And I will be speaking more about human life as well as starseed life, and I will tell you a lot of things about me. And I hope you guys enjoy it, and we're gonna end it right there. And I hope you can come and see me again. You know, so don't forget to click like, share, comment, because I will read every comment. And feel free to DM me anytime with anything I will help you with. And please subscribe, because that would be so much appreciated. Thank you so much, guys, and have a lovely, beautiful life as you always wishes.